other people, a whole entire former state president leading to say, no, we need the dialogue. There's money in South Africa. There's 700 million that can be used to convene people to talk. When small businesses don't have any financial injection to keep them going. After COVID-19, so many businesses closed. So many small black-owned businesses closed because they never had capital to secure themselves. Instead of rescuing those businesses, instead of creating space for financial injection, instead of creating stabilized and financially viable homes where decent living is created for every household, you've got money to convene each other because you are missing being on on podiums, on big platforms and speak and have all the attention. You are attention hungry at the expense of the people. You are looking at walking in with entourage and be following each other, being in the VIP section when people of South Africa every day live in a dungeon. You are creating a reason to convene yourselves as big bosses in high pedestals and high podiums so that you can shake hands and speak big English in front of a hungry community, in front of a broken society, in front of a bruised, wounded people, in front of a people whose future every single day you are playing with because you know you are protected in high security walls, because you know crime will never affect you, because you know 24/7 you are running around people that the basis of their employment is to protect you. You are a you are a treasured species that is protected by our taxes. So there is absolutely nothing that you are likely to experience that on a daily basis ordinary people of South Africa go through. You are likely never to know. What does it mean to stare at the children without being able to go into the cupboard and take out something to cook because there is absolutely nothing in the house? You've got money that you are willing to take from the taxpayers, convene yourselves under the banner of a dialogue, and you want to speak big English to people that you are breaking on a daily basis. That's the country you want us to be proud of, and you want us to be silent. Every day you are bearing dreams of young people. Every day you are sending young people into a deep state of a depression. On a daily basis, we are reading suicide notes of young people saying, I've tried and I cannot stand it anymore. You want a dialogue. You want a dialogue. You want a dialogue. Out of everything, you want a dialogue. And you've got money for his time too. There's money for a chit chat. There's no money to build decent houses for people. There's no money to give people employment so that they can sustain themselves, because you don't want people that can be self-sustained, because once they are self-sustained, you won't have any control over them. You don't want an independent citizens. You want them to depend on you so that you can keep giving them bare minimum. And you can ask them to dance for the bare minimum that you give them. Because without your bare minimum, life is not worth living. That's the state that the citizens of our country are being driven to on a daily basis. You are killing every single dream, every single hope, every single aspiration of a young person. You want them to believe life is worth 350. And you want them to cherish the fact that they've got access to 350. Yet you are killing multi-billion dreams. You are killing multi-million dreams. You are killing million dreams. Dreams of young people are worth billions. Dreams of young people are worth millions. Dreams of young people are worth multi-millions. And you have negated them and reduced them to a mere lousy 350. And you want them to sing your praises because of that. In South Africa sizoyilwela shem. Sizoyilwela and siyayazi ukuthi sesingabatargetiweyo. But ayikho into edlula ukuma for what is right. And ayikho into edlula uba no matter kungakhona any threat that happens, if it was for a good cause, whatever happens must happen. Whatever happens must happen. Ofundileyo, i-value yemfundo yakhe is nothing. Ongafundanga, ukungafundi kwakhe, akukho apho kuthiwa kumluzisa opportunities khona, because akho opportunities for ofundileyo, akho opportunities for ongafundanga. Ozama ukuziphilisa ngoba athi ndizosebenzisa izandla, yonke into ayenzayo is being made impossible to be achieved, because ufuna all the impossible things. Ubungandinceda unikhombisa umuntu oyi-1 umuntu oyi-1 omnyama, one black business eyakafumana imali IDC, kufika ku-createwe i-platforms, mega platforms, get taxes zethu, kuthiwe we are creating an economic propelling institution through finance and availability of resources to kickstart the participation of small businesses into the broad economy. Then akufikwa kwi-requirements kuthiwe kuzoncedwa i-startups, but kuthiwe i-startup must have been operating for a year with an annual turnover, a minimum annual turnover of 5 million. Did you just say 5 million when you're talking about startups? Did you just say 5 million when you are talking about startup? And did you just say 5 million when you are talking about a black small business? Does that by any chance indicate any level of commitment to changing the landscape for many black people and many black businesses? Ongafundanga ukhalela ungafundi kwakhe, ofunde waphela ku grade 12 ukhalela ukuphela ku grade 12, ofunde wayoba ne diploma ukhalela ukuba ne diploma kuphela, ofunde wane degree wane junior degree ukhalela uba ne junior degree kuphela, ofunde wane masters ukhalela ungabi na PhD. Where exactly is South Africa going? When a degree holder is packing shelves at ShopRite, where is South Africa going? When an MBA holder is pouring petrol in our cars, a garage, where is South Africa going? When a bachelor's holder uthengisa amanqina by the streets, Where is South Africa going when a matriculant is a domestic worker? But there is a dialogue worth 700 million. There is a dialogue worth 700 million. Aisha. Bendithi nje ndinikhumbuze uba thina asiphakamelanga kunconywa and asiphakamelanga kumamela ontshabeni. And I don't care. I don't care what Nchabeni thinks. I got dialogues that have ever a potential of taking our country forward. City that are gonna do that. And all I'm pleading with is that South Africa, bantu base South Africa, phakamelani ilizwe lenu. Akho political party ezoninceda. Akho political party ezoniphakamela. Bayanixokisa. Bonke basebenzela izisu zabo, ipokotho zabo. Ongekani use to their benefit. Useseqhingeni loba anisebenzise for their own benefit. Ongekani use to their maximum benefit. Usafuneka ichance yoba naye anisebenzise ninye nilale flat. Fikile umuntu ebesimlindile walapha eTshwane. Mandihambe ndiye emeetingini ka 10 o'clock endize kuyo because ngomso siyaqhuba ne-national shutdown. Sizokomplya and sicomplyile because yonke into has been signed. Sizokwenza i-last minute double checks ngoku. Yonke into. We are good to go tomorrow. Nothing will stop an idea whose time has arrived. Nothing will stop. Ayina dudula ke le ungafika ubhale viva dudula ncibane. Balinga ufika ubhale dudula apha. Ku live wami lo. Ayina dudula lena into. Ungazolinga ungalinki. Ya betha u10 mandiye emeetingini ngomso. Noba kuyintoni. We are standing on the clarion call by General Mkhwanazi. We are standing on the call by Mkhwanazi. Ayina EFF ungazonye nkosana umnqundwe EFF ungazonye. Balinge nje uzonye umnqundwe EFF. EFF yama Nigeria uyazi. EFF yama Nigeria azothetha ikaka. EFF yama Nigeria uyayazi azothetha ikaka. Umnqundwe EFF. EFF yama Nigeria. Yama Nigeria EFF azothetha ikaka. Kha. You know, I have been seeing activities by South Africans. I think it's in most cases it has been South Africans that are just ordinary citizens who care and want good for our country, who have taken it upon themselves to stand up and protect our country as well as reclaiming our country. And reclaim our country under the attack and the deliberate ploy that is unraveling to make sure that South Africa is taken over by foreigners. There is something that we have been saying, where people have been saying that when we talk about that, it shows that as South Africans, we just do not want foreigners in general. And what is that? Please don't mind my voice, Sana. Since I had flu, it's refusing to come back. We have been saying that foreigners that are in South Africa legally, if at all they exist, the only time they ever use their voices in this country, it is when they want to peddle lies about our country. It is when they want to peddle truthful and baseless assertions about our country. It is when they want to use the fact that they are legal in South Africa to demand or to create an acceptable impression of the fact that any person can do as they wish in this country. And they'll be saying so under the pretext of being in South Africa legally. But there's one thing that we've consistently been saying, that as South Africans, we never get to see these law-abiding legal foreigners using their voices, using their power, using the positions they hold when their fellow foreigners are doing wrong things in South Africa. Right now, we are having Operation Tutula, carrying this country all by itself on its shoulders. We are having the Patriotic Alliance, carrying this country all by itself on its shoulders. We are having ordinary, non-affiliated citizens of this country who are not representing any political party, who are speaking and standing up in protection of the abuse of the facilities of South Africa that are no longer coping to serve the citizens because they've been taken over by foreigners. They've been taken over by illegal foreigners who have got an unmeasured extent of greed, evil hearts, dirty minds, and unpatriotic and lacking any form of demonstrating appreciation to what South Africa has done for them. We are told that some of these illegal foreigners are in South Africa in pursuit of better life. We have seen what they have done in the bridge in the city of Johannesburg. Where have you ever seen people building shacks under the bridge and putting fire on a daily basis under the bridge, causing the bridge to crack, which can create an endless killing of people in South Africa? Is that a behavior of people that are in a country that they do not belong in, who understand that everything that they are being done for in that country is a mere courtesy and privilege? There is this Zimbabwean that we need to address by the name of Rutendo. He's big in speaking about how South Africa is in contravention of treaties that South Africa is a signatory of. There is nowhere where Rutendo speaks about the Constitution of Zimbabwe being extended to Malawi, being extended to Zambia, being extended to Rwanda, being extended to Tanzania, being extended to Ethiopia. But when it comes to the Constitution of South Africa, it is the Constitution of the world. It speaks about the fact that every single Tom, Dick, and fucking Harry can do as they please in South Africa, because South African Constitution does not speak from a point of a context of a designated location, as it is the case with the constitutions of their countries. Where have you ever heard of such? Now we have got a South African Human Rights Commission that acts as though they all of a sudden they've got a total lack of comprehension for the interpretation of the laws of this country. Section 27, all of a sudden, of our Constitution is not clear enough for them to understand that when it says everyone, it is in the context of the Constitution that refers to a demarcated, designated location where this Constitution is applicable. Because there's no Constitution that is universally applicable. Why is the South African Human Rights Commission? Why is it deliberately leading an onslaught against South Africans? And why do we never see the eagerness and the willingness, the keenness of the South African Human Rights Commission being there when violations of rights of South Africans take place? Why do we only hear and see the South African Human Rights Commission speaking only to use itself as the guard for illegal foreigners? It is even going as far as lying, not only misrepresenting the facts, it's even going on an open public lying spree, where they are now saying the Constitution in the context of Section 27 says that the provision of basic health care services must be for undocumented, illegal, and legal foreigners. There is no such in our Constitution. And this is a deliberate peddling of lies by the South African Human Rights Commission. I want to call on action now from South Africans. The Human Rights Commission is a Chapter 9 institution in the country of South Africa. It is accountable to the citizens, and we must petition Parliament of South Africa to really take on its work in as far as the South African Human Rights Commission being taken to task and being put to book, because that organization exists at the backdrop of our taxes. We are the major primary funders of its existence. For them to pay salaries, we must pay taxes. But we are not going to have an institution that is behaving and running amok, because it is in total excluded service to the people of South Africa. And we are not going to beg it to be reined in. We are going to ask the politicians that have been elected to sit in Parliament to do their work and
Hello Mzansi, welcome to Nkosasa Mzansi. If today is your first time visiting this channel, please do the right thing, click the subscribe button, and also don't forget to smash the like button. Ubuyile again Anele Mda. Anele Mda simathi kakhulu laphana akuma social media platforms ekakhulu kade Facebook kanye nayo TikTok. Uyi-activist ke lehlala ikhuluma tindo letiningi kakhulu, and ukhuluma tindo letakhako ngendlela lesimanga. Ngasekudzala nje wendi live whereby she was telling us ukuthi government yala Mzansi yamfuna, they want to delay njengoba bathi wati kakhulu ukhuluma kakhulu. Yabamela ke bantu Anele Mda and futhi yalimela akanye neliqiniso, exposing i-government yethu lengqolile kanyalo. La kule video bekakhuluma ngokuswelakala komsebenzi nangokuthi uRamaphosa uhleli kahle ekhaya lakhe nemndeni wakhe abanankinga. Waphenza futhi wathinza nenzaba yokuthi uyabona abantu balamzansi lababhizi nge-operation dudula lapha emaklinikhi nasedibhedlela baqosha ma-foreigners. Uthi phambili phambili. Please do comment what you think below down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. This is the end of my video. I am signing out. Goodbye.